Hollywood has a reputation for producing some of the most expensive feature films ever made. Welcome back to our channel Future Focus, and today we're going to discuss Hollywood's highest paid roles ever. Number 9. Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, $65 million. Few roles are more recognizable than Harrison Ford's portrayal of the daring archaeologist Indiana Jones. However, the actor's recent $65 million paycheck for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull represents a significant increase for him. Ford was paid only $5 million to star in the first film in the franchise, which was released in 1981. With a fifth film announced for Ford returning as the titular character, he may be able to break the previous record of $786 million at the box office set by the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Number 8. Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible 2, $100 million. Tom Cruise is another actor who appears twice on this list for two different film franchises. In Mission Impossible 2, his role was the most expensive in the franchise. The actor got off to a good start in the film franchise as he was paid $70 million out of the $80 million budget to star in the film. With his continued success, Cruise is said to have earned more than $389 million for his work in Mission Impossible series. Number 7. Johnny Depp, Alice in Wonderland, $68 million. Johnny Depp is well known for commanding high fees for his leading roles. His iconic role in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise earned him a $55 million paycheck for the franchise's most expensive film. But his performance in Tim Burton's adaptation of the classic Alice in Wonderland outperforms his pirate salary. His performance as the Mad Hatter aided the film's success, resulting in a profit of more than $1.02 billion. Number 6. Sandra Bullock, Gravity, $70 million. The highest paid actress on this list is Sandra Bullock. When she first accepted the role in Gravity, she accepted a payment of $20 million in advance. She was also able to profit from the film's overall success thanks to a clever contractual move. As the film grossed $723 million at the box office, she earned an additional $50 million from its success, giving her a higher salary on the film than her equally famous co-star George Clooney. Number 5. Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump, $70 million. For his portrayal of the historically significant Forrest Gump, Tom Hanks went on to win Best Actor at the 1995 Academy Awards. In exchange for a percentage of the film's box office success, Hanks initially agreed to fund certain scenes from his own pockets. Hanks earned more than the film's total budget despite a production budget of only $50 million. Number 4. Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man 3, $75 million. Robert Downey Jr. is known for having one of Hollywood's most extraordinary comeback stories, and his journey parallels that of his most iconic on-screen characters, Iron Man. When Robert Downey Jr. agreed to return to the franchise for the third feature film, he accepted a $75 million paycheck. Number 3. Bruce Willis, The Sixth Sense, $120 million. Willis received only $14 million in advance for his role in The Sixth Sense. The film had an overall budget of $40 million, but grossed nearly $672 million at the box office. Willis was able to negotiate a 15% charge on profits for the film in his contract, which earned him an additional $100 million from the film's success. Willis's astute decision earned him the highest paying role in the film history. He demonstrated that it's the ability to bet on oneself to perform well, rather than the ability to make large sums of money that leads to overall success. Number 2. Tom Cruise, War of the Worlds, $100 million. War of the Worlds, a collaboration with one of Hollywood's most iconic directors, remains Cruise's biggest payday outside of the Mission Impossible franchise. Cruise earned more than $100 million for his role in the film, which was shot over the course of 10 weeks. That works out to be more than $10 million per week and about $1.4 million per day of the film. Number 1. Avengers Infinity War, Robert Downey Jr., $75 million. It was only fitting that Robert Downey Jr.'s highest paid role as Iron Man also happened to be his final. Downey Jr. announced shortly after the release of Infinity War that he would be retiring the character from both standalone films and the Marvel franchise. He certainly went out with a bang, earning $75 million for his final performance in the role. And with that being said, it's time to end our video. Let us know your thoughts on these movies in the comment section below. As always, thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next video.